I thought I had enough time to finish my lunch. Turns out I didn't. Hey, welcome in. Hey, we have Gutter! We have a first-time chatter called Juice T. I'm gonna call you Juicy. Oh, T-Tex. My eyes are deceiving me. Hi. I did the wrist flick when I said that. But yeah, today I'm doing a bit of my hybrid hearts work. So, and if you hear any noises in the background, it's because I'm eating. Oh, right. No, where's it gone? Docs. Here we go. Notice. You make me chuckle. That is the last of my dinner going down. Om. Ooh, I'm already dropping frames, jeez. Making me want to cook breakfast. Let's see what happens if I do that. Yeah, so without, and I've just I know the goal's at 350, but thank you to everyone over the past few years for helping me reach this amazing goal of 325 followers. I couldn't be here today without any of you, so, and I'm actually quite grateful. Yeah. So yeah. I followed a while ago, but never actually caught a stream, lol. Floating notebook. Yeah, thanks for popping in for a stream for one of them. It's fine if you miss any of them, because you can always catch up with VODs later on, and they get saved automatically on YouTube as well, so you've got a chance to go and check me out there as well. I will need... I'm looking to start maybe getting out of my house at some point, because I'm still living with my parents right now, and I might start... So I do have a tips page down below. So I would like some kind of like early start funds at some point, just to help me get out of my house, because I've been here for way too long. I'm nearly 30, and I need to get out of the house and start being independent. But instead I get stuck doing this stuff all the time, playing games, doing side projects, and who knows, maybe I'll do another, because I used to have a face cam when I started this channel, but I never got around. I never felt popular back then. So I started turning the camera off. I pay rent to stay in my parents' house because it's just cheaper, lol. Yeah, true. It's usually true for today's economy, but it would be nice to actually move out, because they're getting very frustrated with me being home and doing what they think is F all the time. Because they think I just sit on my computer and play video games 24/7. Yeah, it's hard to make it out there with a goal. True. I'm trying. I would also. The funds won't go on. Won't be for through this tips page, but over on my gaming channel, which I think I've. No, I don't think I've tagged it below on my channel. But any funds through that will go towards video game projects or charities. The funds for this one go to charities almost completely, unless I state otherwise. So, like, they would go to charities, they would go towards hiring an editor, hiring an illustrator, that sort of thing. Check out them if you can. Well, check out me. But yeah, I do. I actually streamed on that yesterday as well. Yesterday. Okay, I need to say this before I actually get onto the stream. Yesterday, Doom had his own cinematic live event in Fortnite. It was insane. It lasted 50 minutes. 10 minutes longer than the previous longest, which was the start of Chapter 4, which a lot of people will admit, and what I will admit as well, was rubbish. But this Doom event was insane, and it actually got my friends, who never really plays Fortnite, to actually hop on and enjoy it with us. But his game took so long to download that he ended up having the game install after the event was done, because Doom was taking barely any damage. And I was like, oh, this is going to take a while. It's probably going to take a week, maybe a month. Then, because it's barely doing any damage, we come back about a match or two later. We're driving past on a bridge, and it's literally, he has a chunk of health left. Like, a tiny chunk of health. And it's like, what the hell have we missed? Oh, man. And it made me think that we probably should have just gone straight into the event right at the start. Rather than waiting for a little bit. Because you need to time events in Fortnite. Like, you need to be on the battle bus when the event starts, because that way you get the best view of the map. Womp womp. But yeah, so that's my gaming channel. So I tend to keep both of those separate. Anyway, this is a writing channel. I shall do writing. And I am doing hand gestures that you cannot see at all. Right, so, without further ado, let me put the timer on. Ooh, actually, I'm going to change the sprint's ending message. There we go, done. Actually, no, I'm going to change that a little. I don't know. Play Fortnite about. No, that's a bit of noise. Great, so. I need to put this back up again. Hope the music's okay for everyone. If not, I can. Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine. I forgot I was listening to copyright free. Right, and I will be mute until the sprint is over. So I will catch you all then.
Fanfic said. Just refilling my water. Fanfic said. Alright, I'm back. Question for chat. What's that part of the head that's between the eyebrows and above nose called? It's the area below the forehead.
That's the end of the first sprint. So yeah, you can tell that I'm not getting very far at the minute. Also, cool. How long have I been? Wow, 40. Wow, time flies by so fast when you're focused, especially with lo-fi. That should give me a few more frames. I'm washing dishes. I've realized that I forgot to where is it? Excuse me. Sorry if anyone got ear raped by that sneeze. I even blocked the microphone. Haven't got to cook yet. And I will admit I haven't streamed much lately, so I need to check my stream stats again. God, where's my nose already? All of them. Maybe it's because the bathroom window's open. It gets cold upstairs quickly when it's like that. Okay. Oh, I need to bring my stream stats up. Oh, my average viewer count's gone down. Oh well. I just need to do 6 more days. I'm going to try and see if I can get affiliate, just for like potential services in the future, just like a little side hustle. Oh, what day is it today? Sunday. And it is... Oh, it's gonna peak soon. Oh my god. This new category peaks so high on Mondays and Wednesdays. Jeez. It's probably because of like Nick's and all the other big writing channels. Oh, I need a tissue. Anyway. Come off that for now. I should have promoted this stream before I went live. I've realised I've forgotten to post in places. Yeah, I think I've checked all of that stuff. Anyway, if anyone would like to know anything about any of my works, you are free to ask questions and I can answer them in the breaks. I'm actually going to flip on over to another writing sprint, and I will catch all of you in the next break. And there.
Gutter the waif. Said. TYPS with wet hands.
I was in zone mode for that last little bit. Let's see. So, how is everybody doing? because I know for a fact that in just an hour I've been able to write just over 600 words. Okay. Yep, 629 words. Let's see if I can close some windows. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Oh my god, I've missed watching his channel. Five months ago.
So wait.
I did not mean to click that. Oh, shut up. Go away. Let's just do that. I'm back from looking. Yay! Welcome back. Nya. There is a Did it keep me logged in? Oh, that's it's keep me logged in. Good. So hybrid hearts. If I can get it summarized. You my days. Here we go. Jonah Emmett, a joyful teenage wolf boy and anthroid, is thrilled to start his university journey in Britannia, sharing a dorm with the enigmatic Calvin Brooks, a creative writing major. Well, he's still on his course. Jonah's life quickly becomes a whirlwind of streaming adventures, sibling surprises, and unexpected encounters. As Jonah and Calvin grow closer, a bond forms between them, hinting at deeper secrets and a connection that transcends ordinary friendship. In a world where humans and anthropians coexist, Jonah is about to discover that some mysteries can change everything. So that's the description of the work I'm writing. There's a shorter one which I can paste in the chat if anyone wants that. I'm literally just skipping through some notes right now. But if anyone's got questions, I can feel free to answer them. I'm just gonna check some personal messages while I wait to see if ooh. Yeah, that's not working. Oh my god. On this day 6 years ago, there was a section in a Runner's World magazine called #RunningPets, and my cousin with my pet duck Lila are in it. So she came over, and I'm actually one of the shadows that are in the picture. So I'm not actually in it, but I'm walking with them. And yeah, it's I completely forgot that that I can't believe that was 6 years ago. I'm literally trying to get a picture for people to have a look at it. I've got an ulcer under my tongue. And I just bit it. Ow. Oh. Anyway, so I hope everyone's having a nice lurk, and I'm actually going to shorten the next sprint to 25 minutes. I'm I'm going to shorten the next sprint to 25 minutes, and I'll start that in about 3 minutes. So, yeah, yeah, I'm struggling to talk. But if you want to lurk away, remember to mute the tab, not the video. You can put it down at 1% in the video, perhaps, or do whatever. But yeah. So I will start the next sprint soon. Hey, welcome back. I've literally just been idling away, just checking a few personal things. You had breakfast just now, and I started the stream right with the end of my lunch. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a little longer today, so I can get one of my affiliate goals done. And maybe on the third sprint do a bit of reading, if people are up for that. So I could read out my hybrid hearts again, or I could read out a bit of my Eibushaw work, or maybe even another chapter from my fanfiction. I might do a live reading in one of the next upcoming streams, but I don't know if that will be successful or not. Please post your streams in my Discord too if you want. Oh, cool, thanks. I think I forgot to do that today, because I was just like, oh, I'm going to do an impromptu stream. Yeah, and if I forget to, it's perfectly fine for people to promote me in their own way as well, because I'm actually quite known for forgetting to do some things when it comes to keeping to schedules or the correct way to do things. But yeah, the next sprint is starting now. So here we go. And I have ChatGPT up because I was looking through my notes. So yeah, I need to do some of those. And I'm going on mute because that was the plan.
Gutter the waif. Said. Clickety clackety turn the volume up for TTS tilde. Fanfic. Said. Is this better?
one calls my name, a daughter rests like
Fanfic said. What about now? Gutter the waif. Said. Doot doot doodly doot.
Don't catch me off guard like that.
Fanfic said, "Who'd like to name the 4 main buildings for the university campus?" Gutter the waif. Said. Brighton oak, maple palmer, elm right, and pineberg. Gutter the waif. Said. Stop sprinting, you cheater tilde.
My bad. I was trying to actually come up with the final name. That's what I was doing. Yeah, so that's welcome in next. Feel free to lurk. I have a lurk command now. I also spotted Vast Async was in the chat as well. Feel free to look away as well. I wish I could find a way to get one that does a different answer or different lurk every time, but I haven't figured out how to use variables yet. Oh boy, I'm messing with a doll of Drift from Fortnite. I took his coat off so it'd be easier to bend him, and I just twisted his torso 180. But yeah, so let's see. Brighton Oak, Maple Palmer, Elm Brighton, Pineberg. Okay, now that I think about it, Pineberg's actually better than Pineapple. I don't know why I went different on that. I think it was just kind of like, I was like, what can I do that's slightly different? But I might drop to Pineberg at some point. Because I like the first two. Pine Samick. Samick or Samage? Because because I read that as Samick. Samage. So yeah, my voice is chef's kiss. Mwah. I did the gesture as well. I actually joined a voice call earlier today about writing, and someone said, "Are you using a voice changer?" Sorry, his phone call it was. Oh, watching on mobile, I'm guessing. Welcome in. It's perfectly fine if other things interrupts. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, welcome in. It's so nice finally seeing you pop in after so long. Brighton Oak sounds like a fantastic... Yes. Because I like that. It sounds really cool. And I like... what was that Palmer one? Maple Palmers. That's a good one as well. Elm, Rice, and Pineberg. They're not quite there with the other... compared to the other two. Because to me, Maple Palmer makes me think of Ray Palmer from DC Comics, who's like a technological genius. So that could be like the technology and games design building or something. No, you literally hit the ball out of the park with that first one, Brighton Oak. It literally sounds like a building that would be found on a university campus in terms of like history and stuff. So you should be proud that you've been able to just unknowingly put those together. Your streaming schedule sometimes overlaps with mine. I look often. Oh, that's cool. I have a look command now. You can see it below me. I wish I had an interactive character so that I could like put a pencil pointing downwards or something. Do you know what I think would be really cool is I've just, because you like using your link comments like .exe. How cool would it be if Twitch had their own like little sub site? The Bitcoin is perfect the way he is. He is still technically a prototype with only 3 faces. But yeah. I'm trying to get a streaming schedule that peaks during the best times of the day for the writers and writing categories, according to a few websites I've looked at. But things just seem to pop up when I least expect them. So that tends to get in the way. Brighton Oak sounds like the name of a rich history buff's daughter who tragically lost her life, saying named a wing of a university. Oh, that's... You know what? I am going to label that after you in my notes, because that is a brilliant idea. The book Bible, story locations... site buildings. whimpers about their hand cause weak. So I've edited it one word, so instead of wing, it's building. But I might make it. I'll put /wing in, just because that's what you previously put. Okay, so University of Sefwood, or Sefwood University, because I've not picked a name for it. The university that takes place in the city of Duh. It has an acceptance policy towards both humans and Anthropeans. Site buildings, Brighton Oak. Brighton Oak sounds like the name of a rich history buff's daughter who tragically lost her life, so he named a building/wing of a university after her. Origin, Nyx Flare, October 6th. And what was it? It was Maple Palmer. Yeah, I'm literally just writing this into the notes right now. Because it's such a good idea. There we go. Hey! Welcome in, Sean. Tafton Hall sounds like the name of a massive... Oh, I can put that in. Ooh, what about Tufton Birch? It could be a whole building. I'm actually gonna pop this. Ooh, nope. Click off that. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? OBS is there. And I'm gonna do this. So this. I changed my ending sprints message so it says sprint. What sprint? But let me chuck this to 150. There we go. So hopefully that's readable. But so I've put that in. So I've got Tufton. So I've got Brighton Oak. So we've got Oak, Maple, and Birch. We just need another. This is an amazing chat that I've had today. And it's the most productive as well. This is awesome building, by the way, everyone. Give yourselves pats on the back. Because I was literally, when I started this, I'm actually going to talk through this sprint because you've been so helpful. This one was just, my head is literally hitting a blank on the names of buildings, and all of a sudden, yay, you've got a phoenix. Wait, is that an actual Nyx Fluff? Huh. Yeah, I think my subscription to you ended because I can't use any of the emotes anymore. Hashtag bugger me. Phoenix is my name. Yes, and it's the bird if you change the Y to an I. Let's do this. I hope the music has been going well for everyone as well. So for those who are tuning in as well, like Nix and Sean and everyone who's like lurking in the background as well. Yeah, there we go. My follower graphic, your follower graphic was made by me back when I had my iPad. My iPad has been missing for several months now, since February. We can't find it. And I want to get back into doing fan art for people. Kiki wants to collab? Ooh. How? What was that? That's the first time I've seen that. Actually, I wonder, do I have access to do this? I can't do it here. I wonder if I can go to my, where is it? Docs, my dash. No one, where is it? Mod actions. I've done 100 actions. Let me check. Where is it? I'm trying to find that thing that allows me to upgrade people. Don't tell me it's somewhere over here or something. Roles manager? Oh yeah, it's here. Roles manager. There we go, all done. So now when Nick starts chatting again, she has VIP access. I can't believe I meant to put you in my list last time I was modifying it for roles. But I must have missed you out by accident. My bad. You are very welcome. You and as well as a bunch of people here who have been very helpful for me over these past 3, almost 4 years now. This is how I show my thanks. It's by cameos, it's by possible crossovers, or it's by these small gestures of giving you little things that I show how this is my way of saying that I appreciate everything. And it's hard to express it in words, but it's just that I can only say thank you to everyone who's been helpful. And I've just pulled my character apart because I'm being anxiously worked up. Because I'm not used to expressing this side of me. But it is a good step, though, for me. Because I do need to step out of my shell a little. I appreciate you, friend. You're always so friendly and active in this community. Thank you. That's the type of thing that I'm trying to convey back to everyone else as well. And if anyone is also up for supporting this website project I want to work on, I want to make a website dedicated. Oh my god.
Have joined.
That's... Whoa. Welcome in. Oh my god. Oh, something just fell behind me. There it is. Thank you. Oh my god. My chat is now so active it's going over, almost touching my sprint timer. Oh, welcome in everybody. Jesus. Oh my god, this is... It's good to see you too, Angel Faye. Welcome in, the lady writes. It has been so long. I was actually lurking in the background of your stream earlier, right before I started. Welcome in, everybody. I've just been giving a very heartfelt thanks to everyone who's helped me with my works, and it's this moment where Nix and Gusser have been where Nix and Gusser have been working together to come up with some ideas for names to some university building in this book I'm writing, and they've been very, very helpful. Because I was literally drawing a blank. I literally gave fancy names for A, B, C, and D. But I wanted something nicer and more realistic. And I can't help but wonder if you've noticed what your name shows up with. Because you have a VIP tag as well. And I don't think you had that last time you were here. You're very welcome. Because I wish there was more than 10. Because there are so many people on this, well, on the previous category, which I've moved to this one. This is one of my favourite places where I can catch you. Yay! You'll get 50 one day. And there's not many ways that I know of through normal means to show how much I appreciate people. But the best thing I can do is VIP status, or give them an actual cameo that they can manipulate and control a little. And yeah, so thank you so much for the raid, lady writes. Oh my, this is a very strong day for me. 50 VIPs come after a certain milestone. Really? Wow. Yay, welcome back. It still says you're a raider. But yeah, I feel like I've been rambling for about 10 minutes now. I need to update that. There's so many things in there. Did you forget how to use the command gutter? Because it looks like you have. But yeah, thank you so much for raiding in. People are free to lurk. Just remember to mute the tab, not the video, or you can stick it down on 1% or 2% volume. That's perfectly fine. Wow. And I've what shocked me recently is even when I'm not streaming, I'm getting follows, because I checked, and 3 days ago I've been followed by people. Yeah, indeed.
Gutter the Waif said. Notebook Kun is almost affiliate tilde. He can do it. SHHHH. I didn't forget. SSSSHHH.
It's close enough. I wish I had a better TTS free no ad TTS site, but best thing I can do is what is this? Paste speechchat.com. So, and I set it up so it doesn't like spam me all the time, which is kind of cool. And Gutter loves using it to mess with me because he caught me off guard with it earlier. But yeah, Gutter's a really good person to check out sometimes.
Gutter the Waif said. Shush 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 Eru don't mind me doodly.
And I'll shout you out as well. Oh, I have to wait a minute. I have to wait 2 minutes to shout you out. Control Z. I'll just leave that like that for now. But yeah, Gus is a good laugh. I hate this countdown because I wish I could like do at least 3 before it gives me the timer for like 5 minutes. They pretty much did that. But yeah, so this is, for those who are tuning in, this is Hybrid Hearts. This is an urban romantasy. I can probably bring up a description that I found. Where is it? And I don't. So as you can see, I've actually written stuff that it's then going, oh, here's like fixes and things, but I don't really use it. I just kind of like reference it. So these aren't like final things. These are just like notes to try and help me keep consistency. But for the book blurb, there's something there. I might edit it at some point. But the 500 character description states this. Jonah Emmett, a wolf boy, begins university with excitement, rooming with the mysterious Calvin Brooks. Their bond deepens through streaming adventures, sibling surprises, and hinting at secrets that could change everything. In a world where humans and anthropians coexist, Jonah's journey reveals a connection that transcends ordinary friendship, leading to unexpected discoveries. So yeah, that's that one. What was that birch one? Tufton Birch. Ooh, that works. And that's the name of the university as well. Sefton Pine. That works. I've got them.
Gutter the waif. Said. He's got IT tilde. Gutter the waif. Said. By Jove, he's got it.
No. That's, yeah. So there was an idle pause there, and I couldn't help but do that. There we go. I'm having a good day. Oh, I can actually shout out lady now. There we go. But yeah, I usually hey, there we go. I'm clapping with one hand. Oh, I should probably watch that. I am a PG streamer for a reason. I'm letting my gamer I'm guessing I'm letting my gamer side slide through. I don't know if you can hear the clapping. But yeah. I'm honestly shocked that I've been raided by one of the first people I actually found in the writers category. So there's a little history here, which is when I first started writing, one of the first channels, one of the first channels I ever followed before I started streaming was The Lady Writes, and yeah, but it's been I was wondering how you rotated it, and I realised it's a different one. But yeah, so The Lady Writes, and I think another 5 or 6 others were the first people that I followed in the writers category, long before writing and reading came along. I am actually very glad they finally gave us our own category. But yeah, and if people would like me to expand on the book I'm writing, feel free to ask away at the minutes while I'm stretching. I am part of Authtober. I don't know. You can ask them that. But if you're asking me directly, then I don't think so. No. And I am out of water. Well, I'm gonna go get myself a cookie. Let me check. Yeah, so I'm just quickly gonna grab myself a little snack and I'll be right back. I won't be long. I'm back with cookie and water, and my parents just got back from being in Cambridge, so here we go. Shut this back on. So yeah, I may sound a little muffled because I'm eating. It's a big fat cookie. Me cookie monster, me want cookie. Nom 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 nom. You can tell I'm very happy today. Ooh, way to go, Nex. You got. Oh, way to go, Gusser. I read that wrong. I saw Nick's flare saying I am, and I saw Gus's comment, and I was like, oops. Welcome in. We have another first-time chatter today. That's the third one today. This is my favorite hype one. Welcome in, Calico. I just have a lurk command. It doesn't work when it's. I haven't set it up so it's when it's in the message. But welcome in. And yeah, so would anyone like me to talk about this work again, or would anyone like me to discuss one of my other works or projects before I move on to the next sprint? Because I can easily do that, if you want me to. And I am turning in my chair every time I end a sentence. You want to hear more? Okay. Would you like spoiler free, or would you like spoiler full? I'm guessing you want spoiler free. Hee. Or maybe mixed with itty bitty bits of spoilers, but it leaves you up to chance. Seeing as this spoiler free. Okay. So we all know this is going to be a romance, so the main characters are going to get together, Jonah and Calvin. Calvin has a few secrets, which I've yet to reveal to most of you. And there's a reason this isn't posted online yet, because I want to make sure that I can finish book 1 before I start publishing it. And I wrote a scene. Oh no, I can't read that scene out. Voice break. Excuse me. There is a scene that I have written, which I was about to read out, and then I realized you said spoiler free. And it literally spoils a later plot point in book 3. But yeah, there's a few flashback scenes I will be including as well. That's D&D. That's also D&D. That's also D&D. Why do I have all of these? Things to draw. That's my TV show idea. That's my high fantasy one. Why did I put my notes for hybrid hearts? Gonna go move my car. The rude neighbor guest car. Rude neighbor. Surprised you haven't installed a train horn yet. Huh. But yeah, so if anyone wants to learn a little more, feel free to literally this is a Q&A stream. People can ask questions. But yeah, so I'm going to how many sprints more could I do? I'm trying to work out how many more sprints I might be able to do. How long have I been on? Almost 3 hours. Let's... You know what? Let's... So I've been live for about almost exactly 3 hours now. Oh, no, about 2 hours 50 because I had that 10-minute start. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for a 30-minute one. Oh my god, it's gonna go off at exactly the time that I want it to. Wait a minute, that's... Yeah, there we go. So yeah, one more sprint. And feel free to start looking for people to lurk out to. Unless I get another raid. And then I might go for... Yeah, I was gonna do a reading for this final one, wasn't I? Get that ready up. And do this. Let me see. So, I never finished that. What was it? Oh no, I do not want to book my own work. I can go back to the top. That's 8, but I've actually been to 10. So I'm actually going to read out a bit of my TDMLC book to end the stream off. If people want me to read out a fan fiction now, please say your words. But yeah. So if you'd rather hear a fan fiction or an original, fan fiction type number 1 if you're up to partaking, and if you want to hear an original, type number 2. Because I can swap over to a fan fiction if people type 1. Because I bet you Gus is going to come back and say 2 to listen to this. But besides that, what's the timer? Yeah, I'll give 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, and it looks like it's gonna be this. Fair enough. Live reading it is. Have I read this one? I think I have read this one. Oh my god, there's a missed word right there. Yeah, I think I've read that one. Yeah, here we go. The day my life changed when 2 kitsune arrived. Chapter 4. Parenting is harder than I thought. I don't quite remember. I'm going to zoom this in, just so others might be able to read it. I don't quite remember what time it was when I fell asleep, but it was definitely the following day when I awoke abruptly. A loud noise emanated from somewhere in my apartment, so for a brief second, I thought someone had broken in. But once I stepped into the kitchen, the source of the noise, I instantly relaxed as I saw Emmy's girlfriend, Rue, helping teach the 2 girls how to cook. Morning sleepyhead, I heard from behind me, making me turn my head around to a partially worn out but smiling Emmy standing in her work outfit. After the events of yesterday, I thought you needed some time to actually sleep. After all, you did leave your panic diary out on your desk. It's okay though, she added comfortingly, after looking towards the girls for a brief pause. I did take the other spare room while you slept. After all, I couldn't leave the cuties unsupervised on the same day you had your episode. I wasn't awake enough for heartfelt comments, but I gave her a warm, thankful look through my sleepy haze. I got a pat on the back as she passed me on her way to the girls. A comment about breakfast left me groggily heading for the shower. I remembered to grab my clothes first this time, grabbing a red shirt with a family-friendly, cartoony image over the previous one I picked, with casual trousers and a pair of somewhat expensive sneakers. After a good wash, I felt refreshed and more awake than I was earlier. The grogginess was replaced with an awareness that seems to amplify for a few seconds before returning to my usual senses. It felt weird, but I've had it ever since that incident in my past. Excuse me. Throwing that thought to the wind, I brought myself back to the attention of the 4 girls in my kitchen. Breakfast always felt better with a friend, but with the addition of the 2 girls, that both Emmy and Rue are dubbing as kid-sine girls, there was a weird feeling that also felt familiar to me. Don't know what was happening with my throat there. It was hard to describe, but the thought of being a father to the girls had just formed into my mind, which begged the unspoken question that immediately popped into my mind afterwards. Where are their parents? I hadn't realized I was so focused on this train of thought that the older of the 2 girls had tugged at the hem of my shirt. She'd been trying to get my attention for whomever knows how long. I think I'd zoned out for longer than a few minutes, but I forced myself to forget these thoughts as I looked down at her. "What is it, sweetie?" I asked gently, patting her head, then giving a little scratch when done. Why do you look sad?" Her head leant. Where's that A? Her head leant to the side a little as she hesitated with her question. In all honesty, I shouldn't have expected them to understand what it is I'm actually feeling. I picked up the girl, placing her in my lap as I explained that I was just thinking about something that wasn't very interesting, and it seems to calm her down. I cast a silent look towards Emmy, and I hoped she got the message that I'd like to talk to her privately. After Emmy left her girlfriend in charge of the two girls, as she had more experience due to her actual job, we went off to talk privately in my bedroom. After all, it's the only room with an inside lock. What did you want to talk about? She questioned me, as I sat on the bed and she sat on the only chair in the room. I'm guessing it has something to do with those girls out there having fun, and from what I've heard from you, loosening up from high anxiety. Her face shared a serious look with my own, as she began to twiddle her short hair in her fingers. Yeah, I replied solemnly. Since my shower, I've continuously been worrying about where their parents are. I've also noticed that the girls don't seem to be worrying about them either. It's like they've moved on. It just doesn't feel, right. Know what I mean? I understand, Jake, she replied, reaching out and placing her hand on mine reassuringly, while I rested it on my knee. I'll ask a friend of ours to see if there's anything they can look for. Would that settle you for now? A weight lifted from my shoulders I didn't know I had, nodding my head in response and earning me a pat on the back again as I stood up and headed out the room. I had got up a little bit too quickly, getting a dizzying sensation followed by various lights and colours in my eyes. Why is that unfinished? Behind me, I could hear her calling our mutual friend from behind the door. Before I headed back to the kitchen, which was enticing with the vivid aroma wafting from that direction, I went to my study desk, wrote down my fleeting worries onto a pad of paper, then passed them to Emmy while she was still on her phone. The morning had been rather slow, just how I preferred it. However, with the addition of the two girls, I couldn't help but feel at least a little bit uneasy. At one point, they opened up enough to have a little game of hide and seek in my apartment, but with the lack of hiding spaces, it quickly turned into a short game of tag. Just before lunch was to roll around, the two girls could be seen sleeping soundly on the sofa. It was about an hour earlier when Emmy had joined us. Her call had lasted almost a solid 2 hours, but she left the call to confirm that our friend had begun looking into it. What honestly surprised me is since he'd left college 6 years ago, he'd somehow made a name for himself as a very special lawyer. After all, he had dropped out early when he'd been given the job halfway through his last year. He now helps run a business that backs Emmy's shop and many others for those willing to help people like the two girls with me. Every time I began looking at them, it always gave me a feeling that they're a little like me. Even with pushing the thought to the back of my head, it kept nagging like some kind of instinctual knowledge. Not that I'd know what the feeling actually was, but weirdly, it also felt right. Almost protective, with how forefront it felt. Making myself divert my train of thoughts, I remembered the guy Emmy called was a mutual friend of ours, but I couldn't exactly remember his name. Even after she'd mentioned it in passing, looking back, it wasn't a surprise to see that he was so invested in getting a job. After all, he was following in his father's footsteps to make an image for himself. After all, I've said that twice. Additionally, he was helping an old friend from his position while supposedly managing other support centres against the bigotry in their local areas. Hopefully, according to her brief response in front of the girls, who were distracted with some cake making, he'd help to look or have an employee look into the case of the parents. I hoped they found something soon, but putting that on the back burner, I sat down at the table with a freshly brewed coffee as the two girls struggled to make some cookies. Out of habit, I kept looking at the clock on the cooking stove setup and started to move to the lounge for a TV series I'd been watching lately. I had no idea how long today was going to feel, but just one thing was definitely going to change my life, and I really had no idea how much it would affect me in the years to come. And for the better, might I add. And that was chapter 4. I think I've got time for one more chapter. It depends on how long it is. Oh my god, that first part's in... Ugh, I need to fix that. Edit. Down. Rich. That is not supposed to be centered. That is supposed to be that. Post. That's better. Right. Gus is probably busy. I'm not going to bother to change the title of my stream because this is the reading part that I used to end off streams with. And this is going to be the last chapter I read, and then people can go and read the rest of them. Chapter 5. Nothing ever works like the movies. It's been just over half a week since the girls showed up, and the two of them have just opened up enough since we first met. The younger one hasn't spoken since we first met, but since then they've definitely been a handful during the nights, I'll tell you that much. It's possible that she's mute, but I don't want to assume anything until they've been shown proof. I am constantly woken up by loud crying, and after a while, I instinctively rush towards their bedroom to check up on the two of them. I found it really annoying, but that's the pain of being a temporary father figure, so I don't mind the change of routine. Although, it did leave me with a very sore headache every time. Come on, it's okay. Attempting to keep my voice calm and soothing to a pair of gingerish blonde ears. Right now, I was in the middle of consoling Lucia, the young blonde girl. Despite their nightmares waking them up, they can now easily sleep through each other's episodes as long as I'm around. It sucks. However, it's what I currently have to deal with. Knowing my top would be a little damp from the tears and something snotty, it's strangely kinda worth it after feeling each one of the girls relax against me. That's the cue that they finished their nightmare episodes, as it had just so happened in the spare bedroom, the one the two girls now use. You good, Lucia? I whispered. I dared not break the comfort I was giving her, feeling her shifting her head against my chest. The poor thing fell asleep minutes later, right in the middle of a cuddling and head-stroking session. Well, guess that solves that problem, I thought as I gently stroked the back of her head, guessing a half-smile in response. The girls have definitely become a lot more attached to me. Amelia and her girlfriend are both supportive of my choice to take care of them for the time being, but I still think I need to do something different. One thing I had noticed is, since I met them, I've not really experienced another panic attack myself. It's like something switched inside me. It kind of helped to have a distraction, but it was definitely not something I was expecting. Not in the least. I've just realized the writing style in this chapter's completely changed from the previous one. The new changes have been having an effect, not sure if good or bad, on my waking life. I felt the anxious tug of my episodes buzzing, but when the anxiety increased prior to their arrival, the anxiety waves no longer occurred. Looking at the time on my watch, with the barely visible glow of the photoluminescent display, I knew it was half something, but I couldn't tell what the actual time was as my eyes weren't focusing. Maybe 2, possibly 3:30. Dang it, I whispered as loudly as I dared. I needed a bedside clock, and ASAP, I added as an afterthought, without realizing I drifted off to sleep with her in my arms. My watch peeped softly, nudging me awake. The room felt different, so I knew it wasn't my room. Opening my eyes, I was stopped by a pair of glistening eyes staring back into mine from the side of the bed. Lucia had been staring at me while clutching her tail between her legs, the tips of her ears pointing straight towards the head of the bed. Twitching a little, I slightly reached up and rubbed her head, resulting in a little eep in response, but followed by a warm, calming vibration against my hand. Unlike the other girl, Lucia had been the faster one to open her feelings around the apartment. This was shown by her adorable affection towards Emmy, Rue, and I. Rue likes to call her little Lulu, and I think it kinda suits her personality. The latter part, that is. "You okay, Lulu sweetie?" I mumbled. "Mm-hmm," she hummed in response, alongside her purring. Her eyes closed after I started... Ooh, what's my mouse doing? Her eyes closed after I started scratching behind her right ear, before I reached down to tickle her. It earned me a rather loud giggle fit from her that ultimately ended up waking her sister up in the process. I really don't know why I hadn't thought of it before, but being a fatherly figure for these girls just warms my heart now, and feels like it's replacing, but not completely filling the gap that was there before I met them. I still wanted to help them, but I didn't know what to do. I knew I needed adoption papers, but I'd never thought of the chance that I could actually use them. Putting this thought to the back of my mind for the time being, I was just sitting there, enjoying the company of the two girls. I don't know how, or why, or anything else, but the thought that these two needed someone to run to if things got sour, took precedence. Taking this opportunity, I decided to reach out for my phone and check my messages. The bright light of my screen flickered on for a brief second before the filter turned on, blinding the three of us. Lucia briefly gripped my shirt tighter in response. I comforted her with a head pat before scrolling down to find a music playlist I usually listen to when I wake up. She had relaxed into my side, while the black-haired girl sleepily made her way to our side of the double bed. Her clumsy placement of her hands barely grazed her knees as she made her way to my side. The tracks I picked were from a lo-fi playlist by a well-known artist, perfect for waking up on a weekend. Today was a Saturday, but we were already up rather early. "I like this song." Looks like I wasn't the only one to enjoy lo-fi music. It helps with keeping my mind calm and relaxed in the mornings. I just wish I wasn't woken up almost every night to their nightmare. "What's for breakfast?" Lucia caught me off guard with her groggy but soft and adorably cute voice. "Let's go find out, shall we?" A gentle nod of her head was given in response as she placed her index finger in her mouth. I picked her younger sister up, who was doing a grabbing motion with her hands, then carried her while I guided Lucia to the kitchen. Unluckily, there wasn't much in terms of food, but there was indeed enough for us to have breakfast. The creaking of the wood beneath our feet seemed to amplify in the early morning as we tiptoed our way to the kitchen, as best we could. "What would you girls like to have?" I asked, placing the quiet girl carefully on a seat and helping Lucia onto hers. "Choco Crocs, please," she replied with a bit more volume. Her half-awake giggles from the tickle fest I gave her, still somewhat present, whilst her sister just nodded sleepily in agreement. We sat quietly, the girls having the sugary cereal, whilst I had a few of the remaining slices of toast and a coffee. I don't usually drink caffeinated coffee, but for the time being, I just sat there while the boost of caffeine began to boost my system. Knowing full well I'd crash later this evening, it was definitely a plan to keep these girls active. The thought of the gym started to sound interesting as I sipped at my coffee. I'd never been often in the past 5 years, but the thought of returning was like relighting an old candle lamp. Easy to get back into doing. Would it be a good idea to take Lucia with me? I don't think her sister would be able to come along yet. I mentally checked my options while Lucia's sister was nibbling quietly at her breakfast. That's perfect, there we go. The day was progressing slowly, but there was just enough sunlight to bathe the lounge area in a soft, dimly lit glow. As I stared out of the kitchen towards the windows, a series of rapid knocks rattled against my front door. I let the girls know they could follow or stay behind and finish their breakfast, as I got up with the last of my drink in hand. The sight before me was of Amelia and Ruella. I was going to ask what was wrong, but Emmy's glare of concern shut me up. After 10 minutes of asking the two girls to sit in their temporary bedroom, Rue put the TV on, quietly enough to not be heard by the two children, but loud enough for the three of us to hear it. Whew. If I'm reading too quickly, let me know and I can slow down. The very quick swap to the news left me speechless when the live feed displayed the crime scene not far from our apartment block. This is the scene of a horrific murder made by one of the local gangs in the area. Police nearby at the time were unaware of the crime as they were in hot pursuit of a reckless driver with the passenger firing back at their vehicle. The criminals have since been caught and imprisoned, but upon their return route to their posted area, they'd stumbled across a mass of people at the entrance to the alleyway, where they had discovered the scene of the two adults murdered. The newswoman looked a little queasy as she caught a lump in her throat before continuing. The information of this has just been revealed to us today after an investigation into the situation at hand. This couple were well known in the area for the past decade, but some people were aware that they were told of how afraid the couple were of the accusations towards their young children. The scene cut to a picture of the couple during a public photo shoot with a timestamp from 2 days before. It looked like the first outing of the couple with their children. The couple were Mary and David McCormack, both in their late 20s. As you can see, their suspicions were valid. Their children are the first known documentation of the rumoured Fox Girl appearance. That should be early 30s. Or late 30s. I think in the GDoc that says 30s, not 20s. Their children are the first known documentation of the rumoured Fox Girl appearance since the reveal of ABM-positive members of the public. Unfortunately, these children have not been seen or heard from since the murder of their parents. If anybody has seen these two girls, please report to us as soon as possible. The news continued on to other stories, however the image lingered in my mind as I stared at it in shock. The pieces clicked into place as I stared at it for way too long to be normal. Mentally stared at it. Luckily, as it shifted off that news report, I realised I'd been holding in a deep breath. That's when it clicked in my head as I turned to look at Emmy and Rue across from me. It was an image with Lucia and her sister. And that's the end of that chapter. And in chapter 6, is reality can be a little disappointing. But I don't have time to read this chapter because there's only 6 minutes left on the timer. 6? 5? But I hope people have enjoyed that little live reading. Let me know if you enjoyed it. And yeah. So this is The Day My Life Changed when two kitsune arrived. The sequel is gives it away a little, but The Day My Life Changed when I became famous. And there's a reason for that, but I will not divulge it because it is a big spoiler, and it's foreshadowed by another one. Or sorry, overshadowed by another spoiler. But yeah, I hope people have enjoyed tuning in today. If people have any more projects that they're currently working on, like some studied work or another book, or maybe someone's doing tasks like Gutter was, like moving the car, feel free to do that for the remaining 4 minutes. And I'm just literally just gonna idle for a while so that people can get their tasks done. Or I can go back to writing this. Just to get the timer down. Yes, I'm cheating. I want to finish this little bit because I am 40 words off the end. But if anyone's figured out who they want me to lurk out, raid out to, track the name my way and we can try and raid out to them. Or I can be an idiot and not realize until just now that I can raid out and then finish this off stream. But yeah, so I am about to dive into the lurk out screen. So I hope everyone's had an actual good time. I've had an amazing day today, with thanks to everyone who's popped in and raided and all that sort of stuff. So I'm looking forward to that sort of stuff. And yeah, so thanks to the lady, right, for raiding in. It touched my heart when you did that, because I've seen you as a good help. So oh, they've gone offline as well. I need to check my tabs again. What is... Why do I have a... Ooh. Oh, Kiki did that. Oh, and it's supposed... Oh, that's annoying. Ooh. That's a thing. Huh. So apparently you can stop the page from refreshing by pressing question mark no reload equals true. That's unusual. Right, let's refresh this and see. Oh my god, there is a lot of people. Someone is streaming someone else's stream. Ooh, I know who we could raid out to. So oh, there's a bunch of people who are streaming today that I could raid out to. That's rated by Adler. I think I follow you. I think I follow you. Sean is lurking, but we could raid out him. There's literally like, I can see 6 or 7 options here for me to raid out to. Okay, everyone. Before I type the name out, pick a number between 1 and 6. And then I can pick the one we're raiding out to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We have a 5. Anyone else got a choice between 1 and 6? Because at the minute we've got 5 in the lead. Oh, 5 wins. We are raiding Krista. So thank you to everyone who's tuned in today, and we are about to raid out to Krista. Go give them a nice welcome. Give them whatever raid message you want. I haven't figured out an original raid message yet, so feel free to do that. And if you want to catch up on this stream again at a later time, make sure you check out my YouTube page down below. And if you want to catch more, and if you want to catch some original content that's potentially coming, feel free to subscribe to it, and I might try and start publishing some audiobooks, if initially fan fictions. But yeah. So I will catch everyone later, and enjoy the raid out.